So, what we're going to do after the journaling, you will have come up with most likely a few different textures, flavors, feelings, all the ideas behind the things that make you feel sumptuous. So what we're going to do is we'll do a bit of inquiry on the canvas. I'm just wetting it down a little bit so that it feels smoother. And one of the things that you can do, I usually have a little bit of sandalwood oil in my water. I put maybe 2 to 3 drops in there because if you have too much oil, it'll mess up everything. But just enough so that you can smell it. And it cleanses not only the energy of the canvas and your energy, if you come in, you know, say you've gone to walk the puppy or whatever, and you come back, and you need to get back into it, it's a nice little grounding. So I'll spray it on usually, and then not to knock my canvas over. I'll spray it on and then spread it out. And it's one of the sumptuous things that you can enjoy is the feel of the brand shiny new canvas, all nice and lovely. A little bit damp. It's good stuff. It just feels good. And then one of the things that you can do is, when you go in, after you've journaled and figured out some of what you were feeling and some of the colors, you can go in and write just a little note to yourself about what it is that you're trying to inquire about. I usually start off with something like, show me my sumptuous what did I say? Show me my sumptuous. It's almost like show me my sumptuous feeling, but show me my sumptuous self in. And it's going to be different for everyone. I just usually started off with show me something, tell me how to, enable me to, and then you can kind of feel into what exactly your message is for your painting, what it is you're trying to connect with. So mine ended up being show me my sumptuous self in dedication to love. And don't be too attached to making it pretty or fine writing or anything because it's just going to get all smushed together anyway. And if you decide that you want to write an entire letter to yourself, you can do that. You can make as much writing on it as you want. You can flip it and continue writing in the other direction. I've done that on some of them where I've basically written like a whole page letter to myself. It depends on how detailed you want to get in the message to yourself. And then once you've done that, and take your time with it, really connect with the message that you're trying to get for this particular painting. And then once you have your message, I want you to select 3 of the first colors that you saw upon entering the door. And I'm starting off with just 3 because I'm sure there were many, many colors that we saw, but 3 is a good starting point. So I started off, mine were really warm colors. When I came in, there was lots of browns and reds and just warm, deep, rich colors. Because it was sort of indoors, sort of outdoors. There was a building built around a tree trunk with lots of heavy furniture made out of raw wood, and an indoor pond with goldfish. No idea why. And then lots of sumptuous fabrics, really rich and velvety, and oh, so good. So I just wandered around touching everything. I'm one of those people no one ever wants to go shopping with because I touch everything. I touch it all. Can't help it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my lightest of the 3 colors that I've chosen. And right in the middle, I'm going to give myself a little portal. Not necessarily a little portal, it's kind of like the whole thing right here, but you know. And I'm just going to go around and around and around. But you can do it however you want. You can make it large, it can be straight up and down, it can be however you want your portal to be. Mine feels like an oval. And it seems to be enjoying the swirlies. You may have noticed I have an obsession with swirls. Slight obsession. And the next thing I'm going to do is one of the fabrics that I first touched when I walked in. So think of the thing, whatever it was that you first touched, whether it was something you stepped on and touched, whether it was something that you ran your hands along, whatever it was, this next color is representative of that first thing that I touched, which was a lovely blanket. So I'm going to do kind of a wavy line. And you can do wavy lines, you can do straight lines, totally fine. For me, a wavy soft line just feels like a blanket. It's what my brain associates with a blanket for some reason. In this moment. If you ask me tomorrow, it might be something else. But right now, it feels to me like a wavy line. And I'm going completely over the portal, not to shut it, but to include it in this feeling of having opened something into this feeling of softness and joy and comfort that I felt when I came into this place in my visioning. And I'm just following that wavy feel. And you can do it as many times as you like, as few. I'm not adding any more paint to my brush either after I did that first few swipes of pink, because it just feels good to carry on that flowy thing. So I'm just following my brush. It doesn't have to look like anything at all yet. Probably won't for quite some time. And if you find that your canvas starts to dry out, feel free to spray it some more. One of my favorite things in the world are the completely uncontrollable drips. They bring me joy. Some people, it just annoys the heck out of them because, you know, dripping, no! But for me, that's part of the fun. And it adds texture in your background too. And I feel like I want, now that I've done that whole wavy thing, I feel like I want more of that pink up here. So I'm still working with him. And try not to figure out why you want things in certain spots on the canvas or why certain shapes are associated with certain things in your mind. There doesn't have to be a reason. This is one of the few things in life we don't have to explain. It's just creativity. No one's going to judge us on it. And the third color that you chose, we're going to go in and make a symbol, or symbols, depending on what it was, for the first thing you tasted when you went in. So whatever food there was that was there, we're going to make symbols for that. And I'm just going to go around my portal because the food that I tasted was my beloved strawberries. And they bring me such joy. It's almost like they could be dancing around my portal to help me open up to my own sumptuousness, because whenever I taste a strawberry, doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing, they just make me feel awesome. And again, it can be your own pattern. It doesn't necessarily have to look like mine. If you've never painted before, it probably will look something like what I'm doing, because it's perfectly natural to want to copy what's happening in front of you, and that's totally fine. And I kind of feel like I want some up here as well of that red. And just continue on with this step for as long as you like, just spraying and dotting and going over with the colors. You can come in again with your lightest color in different spots. Once you have those representative marks down, it's kind of a free-for-all of going in and bringing those colors that just felt so good into different spots. Right now we're just activating and bonding with our canvas. And I'm still leaving a little bit of the white in some spots because it's fun. It'll show through in later layers. So I'm not completely covering everything, letting the drips do what they want to do. It's very uncontrolled. Don't do like I've done a lot of the times and end up spraying your computer. I've had that experience. I don't recommend it. I feel like using this lighter color over here too. It's still like opening the portal in different spots too. Like it's making tiny portals, which is kind of cool. I'm having fun with this. Anyway, carry on with that, and then we'll continue.